Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 worst maps in World of Tanks Blitz. And again, this is my personal opinion, guys, so if you disagree, tell me how you disagree in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's just start this list. So basically, at number 3, I would definitely put the map Castilla. This has to be one of the most annoying maps in World of Tanks Blitz in random battles. So for tournaments, I think this map is great. It's very big. It has 4 caps, if I remember correctly, instead of 3. And so for the competitive scene, this is very nice. But when you're in random battles with people you don't know, and there is basically almost zero team play, oh boy, is this map goddamn garbage. You rely on basically the heavies going to the heavy side and the mediums going to the medium side. For example, let's say all the mediums come to the heavy side, well then the enemy mediums basically take the hill, take the Castilla, and start shooting the hell out of the heavies on the heavy side. Furthermore, a big problem with TDs on this map. If you have 3 TDs on the enemy team, especially ones that have a very good camo ratings, such as the Waffle or the 268, oh boy, are you screwed. If you peek a little bit on the heavy side, or if you over peek on the medium side, you're goddamn screwed, and trying to push is almost useless. So if you're a heavy and the mediums on your team lose, it's a game over. If their mediums take the Castilla and your mediums lose and they have TDs, you're dead. You're done for. Trying to peek the heavy side on Castilla is almost impossible, and it's a big pain in the bum. And I really hate the map, and you have to be lucky in order to do some decent damage on that map. For example, the enemies have to over-aggress or something like that. Otherwise, if it's a stalemate, you know, it's up to luck and RNG on who's going to be the most aggressive. For example, if your team is more aggressive, you lose because the TDs clap you. Simple as that. So I really dislike the map, but again, for the competitive scene, I think it could be a very good choice. But I think a lot of people will agree with me that Castilla is one of the worst maps for heavy tanks in the game. So yeah, tell me if you agree with the with Castilla. And now at number 2, I think a lot of you would agree, it is Dead Rail. Oh my god, this map is garbage for tanks that have no gun depression. If you push the medium side, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get clapped by TDs. If you're going to push mid, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get clapped by TDs. If you're going to push the heavy side, you're going to get clapped by TDs. If you push anywhere, you're going to get clapped by TDs, literally. If you over-aggress, you're literally done for. And again, you have to be super passive. But how can you be passive if you don't have a gun depression, if you don't have any gun depression to work with? For example, let's say you are, you have 5 or 6 degrees of gun depression, and like, what are you gonna do up mid? Nothing. Dead Rail is literally a garbage map for heavies. If you're a medium, it's more or less mediocre, and even then, if you neglect the medium side, everyone's gonna come through to flank you, and you're gonna get clapped by the mediums. So it's a really team dependent map as well. You have to be lucky with your team, and your team has to do everything perfectly. Furthermore, if the matchmaker, if there's a disbalance in the matchmaker, as in the enemy has 3 TDs and you only have 2, well, guess who's gonna win? Obviously the enemy team, because they have a lot more TDs. Furthermore, if these TDs again have a good camo rating, such as the Waffle or the 268, you're kind of done for, because trying to outspot these guys is going to be a big pain in the bum, especially if they're in a, behind the bush. So I think Dead Rail has to be one of the worst, if not the worst map for heavy tanks or the game in general, and I think it needs to be worked on a little bit more to make sure that TDs can't punish people, all the time. Because if you want to push the heavy side, you are gonna get destroyed. If you overpeak mid, you're gonna get destroyed. Go to the medium side, you are going to get clapped so hard, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I think the developers have to work on Dead Rail as well. And number 3 might be a surprise for some of you guys. I would definitely say it's Normandy. Normandy is a really good map. However, the only thing I disagree with is the spawning. The spawning on Normandy is horrendous. Let's say you're in a very sluggish tank. such as the mouse, and if you get spawned at the side closer to the bunkers, you are gonna get destroyed trying to go to the heavy side. For example, hear me out. Basically, let's say the whole team goes towards the heavy side, which is where the flatter area of Normandy is. So if everyone goes there and you spawn near the bunkers, which is lower down, trying to get up there in time is going to be a big pain in the bum. I was in my T-57 Heavy, for example, and I was spawned at the lower spawn, and trying to get up towards the heavy side was a pain, and I got shot like 3 times while trying to cross. It's unbelievable. So if your whole team tries to go uphill and you are down there and you get spawned down, you're done for, you know. You literally lose HP if the enemy team does everything perfectly. If there's a Sheridan, if there's a high DPM tank on the enemy team and he comes mid very quickly, you're gonna be done for. Imagine what happens to a mouse or an E100 trying to go to the heavy side. It's unbelievable. So I think this map is pretty much broken in terms of the spawning and spawn time, and I think the developers have to work on that as well. So yeah, these were my top 3 picks, guys. Don't hate me for this, you know, it's just my personal opinion. And yes, they were mostly revolved around heavy tanks, but heavy tanks are in reality one of the most popular classes in game, and so I think it was only worthwhile to, you know, make this list according to heavies. And yeah, and overall I tried to pick maps that were more or less team dependent, so if your team screws up, there's nothing you can really do. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Happy is out. Bye bye.